Hello dumpsterinos and frugalistas, and welcome to the video. Today's topic is food inflation. We have all experienced it. We are all suffering from it. But how bad is the inflation? How bad is it really? Well, we're going into Walmart and we're going to find out. Last year, in 2021, in June of 2021 and in September of 2021, I filmed a lot of prices of a lot of foods in this very same Walmart. So now, today, in November of 2022, over a year later, we're going to compare. I'm going to go take pictures of all the same food items, if I can find them, and we're going to compare prices, and I'm going to do the math and try to figure out how much is inflation on food really. All right, let's go find out. All right, here we are. Let's dive into radishes. They were 88 cents a bunch in June of 2021, and they have gone up to $1.28 a bunch, which is a 45.5% increase. However, are the bunches the same size? I don't know. It is a different time of year, though radishes are in season right now. I have radishes buried in my garden right now, ready to pick. I don't know. Then we had your lemons back in the day at 54 cents each. And guess what? They're still 54 cents each. So there you go. A bargain for you. 68 cents each for cucumbers. And today, amazingly enough, they were still 68 cents each. Not the best specimens on earth, but 68 cents each. Then at $1.72 each, we had pineapples in June of 21 at $1.72 each. And they have gone to $2.28 each right now. But who knows? Maybe they're bigger. All right. 78 cents each for mangoes. Now, these really do go through their sale cycles. 78 cents is a good price for mangoes. Today, they were $1.08 each, which isn't really that bad. Usually, they seem to be cheapest in May. But that's a 38% increase nonetheless. All right, now we have the mandarin oranges. They were $3.34 a bag last year, and today they had gone up by 30% to $4.34 a bag. All right, $1.48 a pound for the vine-ripened tomatoes. Today, $1.98 a pound. That's a 34% increase. So what did they say inflation for food was? Supposedly 13% between September of 21 and September of 22. All right, bagged avocados. 4 avocados for $3.78. They didn't have avocados in a bag today. They had loose avocados at 88 cents each. The bagged avocados with 4 avocados per bag, and the bag costs $3.78, that's 95 cents each per avocado. Last year, 95 cents each for the avocados, 88 cents each today, which is a 7.4% decrease. However, we have absolutely no idea if the avocados are the same size and of comparable quality. So it's very difficult to compare. Alrighty, coming in at $1.28 a pound in the summer of 2021, we have loose Roma tomatoes. And now, today, we've got loose Roma tomatoes, $1.28 a pound in November of 2022. On to rotisserie chickens. We had a 29-ounce chicken last year for $4.50. That is 15.5172 cents per ounce. Today's 36-ounce chicken cost $8.97, which is 24.9166 cents per ounce, which is a difference of 9.39946 cents per ounce, which represents a 60.5% increase. All right, watermelons. Last summer's watermelons, $4.48, and it was a big watermelon. Today, watermelons much smaller, $5.98 per watermelon, but they are out of season now, so give them a break. All right, sweet potatoes were 98 cents a pound last summer of 21. Today, 58 cents a pound. Maybe it's a sale for Thanksgiving. I don't know, but it's a 40% decrease. 86 cents a pound for loose onions in 2021. Today, 98 cents a pound. That represents a 14% increase. All right, the little potatoes in the little bag. Little bag of little potatoes. $2.88 last year. Today, $3.28. That is a 13.9% increase. And on to tzatziki dip. Love it, never bought it. Last year, $4.76 a package. Today, $5.54 a package. That is a 16.4% increase. Then we've got your on the border salsa. Last year, $1.88 per jar. Today, sorry you can't see it, but it's $2.24 a jar, which is a 19% increase. Then we've got your minced garlic. It was $1.98 for a little jar today, $2.76 for a jar. That's a 39.4% increase. We've got your badilla adobo. Last year, $2.94. Today, $4.18. This is hard to believe. A 42% increase. I wonder if it's the same size. Okay, coconut milk, Caribbean coconut milk. Couldn't find this brand today, but last year you could get a can of coconut milk for 96 cents, which seems a good price. Today I saw the Iberia coconut milk at $2.62, which is 173% more expensive, and the Grace coconut milk, which was $1.93 a can, which is 101% more expensive. Last year, a 1 pound bag of brown rice, Great Value brand, 78 cents. Today, 83 cents. That is a 6.4% increase. Then you've got your Spam, every prepper's favorite, $2.92 a can last year, which I thought was too expensive then. Well, now it's up to $3.58 a can, which is a 22.6% increase. The Great Value version of Spam did better. It was $1.84 a year ago, $1.98 today, and that is a mere 7% increase. Then we've got your Bumblebee canned salmon. It was $1.82 last year, $2.34 today. That is a 28.6% increase. Thank you very much. That's kind of a lot. Bumblebee large tuna albacore in water. It was $3.28. Now it's $4.44. 35.4% increase. Unreal. Last year, you could get your big jar of ragu. Well, not big jar, but the normal size jar, the medium jar, $1.52 for your ragu. Today, $1.96. That is a 29% increase in the cost of your spaghetti sauce. Diced tomatoes, that's the large can, Great Value brand, 82 cents last year. That's a really good price. I wish I had stocked up. Today, $1.36 for the large can of diced tomatoes. That is a 66% increase. Unreal. Last year, toasted sesame oil, $4.97 for a bottle. Today, $5.22. That is a 5% increase. Not too bad. Then we go to your canned goods. We've got black beans. Last year, 54 cents. This year, 68 cents. Doesn't seem like a lot, but that is actually a 26% increase. It's only 14 cents, but that's 26%. We have your 2 pound bag of Great Value white rice. It was $1.26 last year, $1.54 today. That is a 22% increase. We've got your Great Value Fiesta Blend cheese. Who doesn't love it? $2.77 for a bag. Today, it was $3.12 a bag. That is a 12.6% increase. Then we've got everybody's favorite ring bologna. Last year, $4.27 for this. Today, $5.62 for that Burke's. That is a 31.6% increase. Then we've got your carrots. Last year, 99 cents for a pound of carrots. Today, 94 cents. That is a 5% decrease in the price of carrots. And they are the same kind. They're just not well arranged. All right, potatoes. $2.99 for a 5 pound bag of russet potatoes last year. Today, $2.88. So that is a 3.67% decrease. But I spoke with the produce manager today in Walmart, and he was telling me a week ago they got potatoes in that cost $4.88. So prices up and down all around. Who knows what's going on? Last year, sugar snap peas, the 1 pound bag was $5.98, so $5.98 a pound. The smaller 8-ounce bag is only $5.36 a pound, so it actually makes sense to get the smaller bag, get 2 of the smaller bags, and it's going to cost less than one of the bigger bags for the same amount. Now, today they did not have sugar snap peas. They haven't had them for weeks. I check all the time. They had snow peas. So what can I do? I must compare with snow peas. And at $2.78 for the 8-ounce package, that's $5.56 a pound. So $5.36 for last year's sugar snap peas compared to $5.56 for this year's snow peas is a 3.7% increase. Then we've got your classic great value white bread. Last year, 67 cents a loaf. Today, $1 a loaf. What's $1? It doesn't seem like that big a deal, right? That is a 49.25% increase. We've got meat. This amazed me. I was really shocked by this. It's your 73% big mega value meat. A year ago, $3.20 a pound for the big hunka chunka 73% hamburger meat. Today, $3.25 a pound. It is a 1.59% increase. That is not much. That is not much at all. Okay, last year, chicken breasts, the big mama package of chicken breasts, $2.08 a pound, though I had seen it as low as $1.88. Today, $2.97 a pound. That's not good, is it? No, that's 42% up. 42. Okay, great value Jell-O mix. Last year, 36 cents a package. This year, 52 cents a package. What's a few cents here and there? 16 cents. Big deal. Well, that 16 cents represents a 44.4% increase in price. And that adds up if you eat a lot of Jell-O, which I do. All right, we had your Keebler crusts a year ago, $2.08. Today, $2.48. That is a 19% increase in your fancy crusts. Then you have your great value graham cracker crusts. Last year, 93 cents. This year, $1. That is a 7.5% increase. Last year, you could get your Sam's Sweet Hawaiian Rolls for $2.50 a package. And this year, you can get your Sam's Sweet Hawaiian Rolls for $2.50 a package. No change. Thank you very much, Sam. Then we've got your Fahe yogurt, your Greek yogurt, $5.38 last year, $6.44 today. That is a 20% increase. Just wait for the next one, though. Eggs. A dozen large eggs was $1.31, which was too much. It should have been 99 cents. Today, $2.82. That is a 115% increase. And I've seen them higher than this. Then you have your gallon of skim milk. A year ago at $3.03. Today, $3.38 a gallon. That is an 11.5% increase. Holidays are here, so it's time to bake. Flour, a year ago, $1.18. Today, $2.12. That is 80% up. That is shocking. Pudding mix. Who doesn't love pudding mix? I love it. Last year, 50 cents. Now, 68 cents for a little box of pudding mix. That is a 36% increase. Then, oh yeah, baby, almond milk. Last year, $2. This year, $2. It's like my favorite thing that didn't go up. Yay! 73% lean hamburger beef in a tube was $3.44 a pound. Meat in a tube, $3.44 a pound last year. And today, mind-blowing, $3.25 a pound. It went down. It went down 5.5%. Which isn't huge, but hey, it's better than going up. I think that's great. All right, then you've got your Mrs. Paul's fish sticks. These came in at $3.57 a pound. You get 40 fish sticks for $5.48. Today, no Mrs. Paul's in the store. None. No Mrs. Paul's. So I had to compare to Gorton's. 52 fish sticks for $7.92 at $4.15 a pound, which is 16.24% more expensive, assuming parity of fish sticks, which I don't know if we can assume. Carrots at 50 cents a can. And today, carrots at 50 cents a can. Except the can is so tiny. It has decreased in size so much. That is it compared to a normal size can of lima beans. So still 50 cents, but like half the number of carrots. Then you've got your green beans. They were 50 cents. Then 50 cents again. They have gone higher, but I think Walmart has brought them down for Thanksgiving. Same with your peas and corn also. 50 cents, 54 cents today. So what is that, 8% increase? Okay, well, that's not great, but okay. Then we have our Chi-Chi's soft flour tortillas. Last year, $1.78 for the package. Today, $2.42 for the package. That is a 36% increase. All right, Great Value mayonnaise. $1.94 last year. I know that sounds just ridiculously low. Today, $2.80. Not bad. I thought it was going to be much worse. But it's still 44% up. Pickles, Vlasic, sugar-free, bread and butter Spears. Love them. $2.18 a year ago, $2.67 today. That's a 22% increase. Then we've got frozen strawberries. Big bag, $7.47 last year, $8.78 today. That is a almost 17% increase. Frozen broccoli. All right, $1.31 a pound last year for the 2-pound bag. Didn't have 2-pound bag today, only not even 1-pound bag. It was a 12-ounce bag, but $1.30 a pound, so no increase. You got your Great Value version of Cool Whip. Year ago, 88 cents. Today, 94 cents. That's only 6 cents up, but that is a 6.8% increase. Cider. Who doesn't want cider in the fall? Yummy, yum, yum, yum. Gallon of cider last year, $5.38. Yikes! Today, same kind of cider, same brand, $6.74 a gallon. That is a 25% increase. And we end with our favorite beets. Little Libby's beets went from 73 cents to $1. That is a 37% increase. Thank you very much. All right, there you go. Those are the prices then and now of 60 typical items we might shop for at Walmart. I'm not sure why I picked those things to film in June and September of 2021. I don't know why I didn't film ramen or hot dogs or ice cream or cereal. A whole, there's so many things. Toilet paper, not food, but still nice to have around on occasion. I think we can see that although a couple of things have gone down, a couple of things have stayed the same, produce, not too bad right now. A lot of things have really gone up. I mean, some really much more than 13% significant changes. Some things up and less than 13%. Some things just 5, 6, 7%. Still seems like a lot. I mean, to be thankful for a 7% increase in price seems ridiculous. I mean, when I saw the eggs today and I was like, oh, a dozen eggs, less than $3. How fabulous. It's not fabulous. It wasn't fabulous a year ago when they were over $1. A dozen eggs, 95 cents. That's what they should cost. People say I'm trapped in the 80s. Maybe it's true, but I don't know. So there are some things out there that are definitely inflated way more than we're being told the inflation rate is. But there are still some good deals there. There are still some bargains there. There's still food you can eat frugally and food you can stock up on if you want to have a prepper pantry. You have to really just, look around, create a budget, try to stick with it. It's tough. It is definitely tough out there. But some of those things, over 100%, 40, 50% up, that's a lot. And I've seen that chicken breast well over $3 a pound. I was amazed that it was under $3 a pound today, but I've seen it way, way, way higher. So very surprised by the hamburger meat. Were you guys surprised by that? I was surprised. Anyway, there you go. There is the inside scoop. Oh, and let me tell you what else the produce manager told me, because I got into a little chit-chat with him over in the produce area when I was looking for the cider, which they had moved way back to an end cap near the milk. So I was chatting with the produce manager about inflation, and he said, like, he leaned in like he's being sly, like he's giving me the dirt. He said that the president of Walmart had, I think he said, a conference call with his suppliers and basically said, I'm not paying these inflated prices. I'm just not paying it. I'll go elsewhere. Like, I'm just not going to screw over my customers that way. And so a lot of prices are coming down. That's what the produce guy said. So maybe that's why things in produce aren't that bad. Maybe that's just BS that management tells, the employees. Like, who knows? But that's what he said, that the head of Walmart is advocating for us. I know, isn't it touching? It brings a tear to your eye, doesn't it? Anyway, thanks for watching. I can't wait to read your comments below. I'm sure you have lots of interesting things to say. And I want you to say them. Please do. And talk amongst yourselves as well. Don't just talk to me. Talk to each other. Don't talk about me with each other, but talk to each other. It's a community of love and frugality. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed. We will see you again soon for our next dumpster diving adventure. Until then, please stay safe and happy and healthy. Stay out of jail, stay in the dumpster, and stay frugal.